Indy Ball Manager Madness Day 2 getting underway with the Missoula region. The Missoula region, of course, presented by whatever it is that Kevin Costner is up to right now. Don't forget to go and support Yellowstone 1492 or whatever the hell they're doing. First matchup of the evening. We got Goose Gazzo of the Gastonia Ghost Peppers, name change, against Jared Edmondson, the 13 seed of the Brockton Rocks, another name change. So, look, they got that in common. Highlights, cases for both here. 5 seasons of Indy Ball for Goose Gazzo, 373 wins, 268 losses, including a 250 and 134 record over the past 3 seasons in Gastonia, with a playoff run in each of those 3 seasons. Jared Edmondson, 38 and 56 in his first year of Indy Ball managing last year. Some might say that is pretty good considering the situation he was in New England because it was a bit of a mess. On the other hand, Goose also has operated in a bit of a mess in Gastonia. Those of you who remember past ownership will know what I'm talking about. Edmondson, he lacks the experience. I mean, Gazzo he's been around Indy Ball for quite a while. Now you could point the finger and say a lot of the Gastonia glow-up has come with new baseball operations people being involved. Shout out to Brady Salisbury on that one. So there's a case to be made either way. Jared Edmondson did what he could with not very much last year. Goose has had not very much. He's had a lot of support. He's had a mix of both, and he's found success in the last 3 seasons, and a lot of it. 3 straight playoff runs for Gastonia, though. I think Jared Edmondson's going to have a tough time pulling the upset, but let me know what you think. Vote on Instagram, Twitter. We'll be posted on YouTube today as well. We've got matchup number 2 here. The number 5 seed, Andy McCauley of Evansville, and the number 12, Brett Wellman of the Down East Bird Dogs. Now, we'll look at Andy McCauley first here. The resume is much longer. 1,191 wins to 1,061 losses over 26 seasons. 15 playoff berths in those 26 seasons. He's now spent 14 seasons with Evansville. Is that right? Good. Yeah, since 2010. I wrote it down. I'm still like, that feels long. Okay. 7 playoff berths over that time. Down here in 2024, but how about this one? Hadn't had a losing season since 2012 before that. Okay. 3 championships in 3 different decades. That's all stuff that the committee liked, putting him at that number 5 seed, and a 2-time Frontier League Manager of the Year. On the other side, brutal matchup for Brett Wellman. You'd hope he'd get a young guy for him. Did not. First-year manager. He has managed summer ball before this. Not a lot on that. Was a catcher. So, pedigree, manager pedigree. But this is going to come down to a deal like Andy McCauley. Sorry, Brett. It is kind of what it is on that one. We'll see how this goes. Does Brett pull off the upset? What do you think? Who would you want to manage your team on that one? Indy Ball Manager Madness. We are still working our way through the Missoula bracket a little later than I meant to. Fell asleep last night. It is what it is. And we are picking it back up with the 7-10 matchup. And it's maybe my favorite in the first round for this side of the bracket because we got 2 Pioneer League managers. Both of them just finished up their first year. One started mid-season. One got the whole year. Is the 7 seed Aaron Miles out of Oakland. And Ogden's Tat Daddy himself, the 10 seed Evan Parker. Aaron Miles will start with 29 and 13 after taking over with Oakland. Wow, I'm getting blasted by that sun. How about that? 29 and 13 plus a playoff appearance after taking over with Oakland. And we will credit him with that playoff appearance because he took over in the second half early. And the second half is what got them into the playoffs. So we'll give him that. Took over from Micah Franklin. Difficult circumstances in Oakland. Always hard to put your finger on what exactly is going on over there. But I will say mid-season manager shift after an above 500 start to the year indicates a difficult circumstance. So we'll give him that. He is well-liked. They're bringing him back for year 2. I guess if you want to point to a negative there, he was 4-4 against playoff teams and 1-2 in the playoffs against them. I think all those games might have been against Ogden or YOLO then. I don't know. All right. Evan Parker's side, though, also when you're managing full season, he's a local guy. Love that for him. Just 32 years old. He is a kid among managers, which is awesome for him. Like young people getting in the game. Tough first year, though. 39 and 53 record. Minus 11 games in the standings compared to the year prior before he took over. He was 8-11 against playoff teams, which is like better than the record would indicate. Means he did worse against non-playoff teams. Don't know what you want to do with that, but there's the info. We talked playoff record for Aaron Miles, so we'll talk about it with Evan Parker. Also, though, very well liked, has like a podcast thing going on with Ogden because Ogden just does whatever they want. there you go. That's your 7-10 matchup. Vote on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. We're going to be able to vote on YouTube today. There you go. The light has now moved to like the middle of my chest to show that time has passed. And since time has passed, we are once again talking Indy Ball Manager Madness, and we are still in the Missoula region because not that much time has passed. We're looking at the 6-11 matchup, and this is an interesting one. We'll get into it here. Number 6 seed TJ Stanton of the New York Boulders. This is his 9th season that he's going into. 309, 313 record, but that doesn't tell the whole story here because he has had some difficult tasks earlier in his career, pre-COVID days, brought a brutally bad VA team back to relevancy, then went to New York, kind of did the same for them after they were scuffling after their Jamie Keefe era. So not a Jamie Keefe thing. They were great, and then they struggled, came in. There we go. Has made 3 playoff trips, though, despite the couple of down years mixed into his 8 seasons. He did kind of have a weird, not that weird, second half collapse last season. Y'all might remember. Missed the playoffs by a game. That was tough. We kind of saw that coming. It was like they had an easier schedule in the front half. It was a collapse that looked like more of a collapse. Really, it was just the schedule got brutal for them in the second half of their season. And that's how that went. To the flip side here, we have the number 11 seed Paul Fletcher. And this is a brutal draw for both involved here because Paul Fletcher should be a higher seed. The committee probably messed this up here because in the same region, you have Paul Fletcher, who last year took Glacier to a championship series, and Todd Pratt, Glacier's new manager, who was the bench coach last year, as a 9 seed. I got nothing. But this is the matchup we've been given. Below 500 for his career, Paul is. However, prior to last season, he had only managed 1 year, and it was in 1999. Okay, cool, Paul. You do you, buddy. He was with the Springfield Capitals, I believe, at the time in the Frontier League. Last year, he went 48-48, made the playoffs, took the team to the championship, knocked off Missoula. Not bad for a first season. He has now left the Pioneer League. He is managing Lexington this season. So, good little matchup here. I think TJ's favored. I think both of them, though, did get a bad draw. It should be a close 6-11, at least for a 6-11. So, interested to see what you think. Give it a vote on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, wherever you're seeing this. Welcome back one more time from the Missoula region, round 1 to Indy Ball Manager Madness. This Missoula region, again, presented by whatever it is Kevin Costner is up to right now. Probably something cowboy or baseball related or baseball cowboy related. Potentially a Sugarland Space Cowboys thing. I don't know. A lot going on there. Big Dog does not know what to do with the later years. Neither here nor there. We got the number 8 seed and the number 9 seed here. We'll get into it. We already mentioned it earlier. Seeding is questionable. We'll talk. Number 8 seed Ken Huckabee, though, probably earned this seed. He started with 2 seasons managing in the minors in 2015 and 2016. All he did there, 2 playoff trips, 149 and 125 record. Pretty good work. He took over 2 seasons back in Lake Country, 2 weeks into the season, if you remember that. That was weird. But since then, he's gone 96 and 92, made the playoffs this past year after a sizable improvement over the year before. We were a little worried after 2023. 2024 looked much better, got over 500. Pretty solid number 8 seed there from Lake Country. The number 9 seed, Todd Pratt, we spoke about in the last video. Probably could be an 11 seed. Switch with Paul Fletcher. Don't know the justification on it. Point is, it's his first season. He's got some coaching experience. I like Todd Pratt. I'm a Phillies fan. Remember him as a backup catcher. Dream job, backup catcher for the Phillies. This is basically, do you like Ken Huckabee? I mean, I don't know. Maybe, are you in the know? Maybe Todd Pratt's that guy. Let me know.